Hi, my name is Scott Carter. I am professor of economics at the University of Tulsa in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm also a son of the Deep South and descendant from Confederate veterans. The lost cause of the Confederacy is a lie. It's a myth. It's a fairy tale. It's the original fake news of our country. Let me be clear. This is where the rubber hits the road in terms of institutionalized anti-black racism and white supremacy. This myth has been able to exert an undue influence on the trajectory of our nation, due precisely to its being ascribed as authentic in terms of the historical record. It's not. It's false. This false authenticity has been due in large part to the fact that some public spaces and certain governmental entities exalt the Confederacy. This can take the form of statues in public parks named after Confederate leaders, streets named after Confederate leaders, names on public buildings such as schools, courthouses, administrative buildings, and names on 10 of our nation's military bases. On June 11, 2020, just a few days ago, a bipartisan committee vote in the U.S. Senate passed language to appear in the fiscal 2021 Defense Authorization Bill that includes provisions to rename these 10 federal military facilities that currently have Confederate names. The chairman of that committee is Oklahoma Senator James Inhofe, the senior senator from the state in which I reside. The magazine Roll Call reports that Senator Inhofe is against these bipartisan provisions. He has brazenly indicated exactly how he will unilaterally thwart the bipartisan consensus in changing those names. 1. He will forward the bill only after changing the language shall change to may change. This strips any enforcement mechanism out of the legislation. 2. He will mandate that local input from the communities in which the bases are located be necessary and binding in order for the change to be made. To unilaterally change the language after it was voted upon and approved by a bipartisan committee is patently undemocratic and authoritarian of Senator Inhofe. This is unacceptable. As a resident of the state of Oklahoma, I call on the senior senator to stop the shenanigans. As chair of the committee, you are called upon by your constituents and others, including military from top brass on down, to honor the democratic process and forward to the Senate floor the language of the resolution as it was drafted and voted upon by the bipartisan committee. I have started an online petition for Oklahomans and people all over this nation to sign, calling on Senator James Inhofe to forward to the Senate floor the language of the bipartisan committee. Please sign this petition and tell Senator Inhofe we want to take Confederate names off of U.S. military installations. Senator Inhofe, we call on you to honor the language that came out of the committee. No more Confederate names, no more Confederate lies. This ends now. Thank you.